This is the Morning Shower.
Brought to you by Late Night Hump.
Let the news wash over you.
With Jordan Freed,
Brendan O'Brien,
and Reena Ezra. These are your ShowerHead Lines.
More than 10,000 Deere and Company workers went on strike Thursday, the first major walkout at the agricultural machinery giant in more than 3 decades. Looks like asking your boss for money turns them into a deer in the headlights.
Dwindling populations of the American bumblebee and their complete disappearance from 8 states has led to call for the bee to be placed under the Endangered Species Act before they face extinction. Maine, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Vermont, Idaho, North Dakota, Wyoming, and Oregon each have 0 or close to 0 American bumblebees left, according to a petition by the Center for Biological Diversity and Bombus Pollinators Association of Law Students. Our own Reena Ezra was attacked this week by a vicious bee, so while I understand the global ramifications of the extinction of bees, a piece of me is thankful that in some way, vengeance was served.
Prince William has criticized billionaires who are focused on space tourism, saying they should instead be investing more time and money in saving Earth. Ah yes, he wants people to focus on colonizing Earth before we get crazy in space.
A Danish man suspected of killing 5 people with a bow and arrow and possibly other weapons while randomly shooting at strangers in a small Norwegian town appears to have committed an act of terrorism. The Wednesday night attack at a supermarket and other locations in downtown Kongsberg left the country stunned as police released some details, including that officers made contact with the 37-year-old suspect, but he initially escaped. It turns out that even mass shooters adhere to the hunting rules of bow season.
The suspect had also converted to Islam, and police had concerns about his radicalization. If there is any correlation to ISIS and the bow murderer, I'm sure the police will find the link.
A man in Singapore was given the death penalty after authorities found him with 2 pounds of cannabis. He was convicted of bringing at least 2 pounds of cannabis into Singapore in 2018 after he was found with it wrapped in foil and newspaper in the trunk of his car while he was with his dad driving. Another example to prove the point that the only time marijuana kills is when someone kills you just for having it.
An Alabama couple has been convicted of providing undocumented workers to a Georgia-based poultry processing plant for years in a scheme that included false identities, homes for housing workers, and vans that shuttled people around. You know what they say, the breast-laid plans of rice and chicken often go fry.
A chunk of meteorite smashed through the roof of Golden, British Columbia native Ruth Hamilton's home. She was woken up by her dog barking, and seconds later, she says a roughly 2-pound rock smashed through her roof, landing inches from where she was sleeping. After this act of cosmic fate, Hamilton's house insurance rates are sure to go through the roof.
Joshua and Alexandra Price say they and their 2 children were mistakenly given the COVID-19 vaccine instead of a flu shot a week ago at their local pharmacy, and they are now dealing with some adverse symptoms. The adverse symptoms include being immune to the coronavirus.
A former rising track star is suing Nike and her coach for $20 million, saying she suffered emotional abuse at an elite training program. Mary Kane filed the lawsuit in Oregon on Monday against the athletic apparel company and Alberto Salazar, who ran the Nike Oregon project until he was suspended for doping offenses and the program was shut down. I know that Nike is used to just doing it, but when it comes to allowing this kind of behavior, next time Nike, just don't do it.
A rare 2-headed diamondback terrapin turtle is alive and kicking, with all 6 of its legs at the Birdsey Cape Wildlife Center in Massachusetts after hatching 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately, he has already starred in a very disgusting video called 2 Turtles, 1 Shell. A former University of Michigan violin professor is expected to plead guilty to charges that he transported a female minor across state lines for sex. This crime is so disturbing that only a truly deranged orchestra conductor could orchestrate and conduct it. A 33-year-old Texas woman drove alone 4 hours through the night to get to the closest Louisiana abortion clinic for a consultation after the recent abortion law went into effect in Texas. The journey was known as Harold and Kumar Go to White Elephant.
Thank you for showering with us.
Lather, rinse, repeat every day before noon.
Scrub-a-dub-dub at latenighthump.com.